Hey, hey,
Hey, how are you,
Hey,
sir?
hey.
we're we're all
Here we
we're
are.
all here. Letting everybody give us a second here, guys, and let's get everybody in here.
So, Scotty, how was the weather there? We've been getting tons of rain here last night. How about Florida, man? Anything happening down there?
We got rain through Idalia, and then after that, we really had. I mean, we've gotten a shower or two. It's cooled off a little bit. I mean, I think. Oh crap, we're 79 out there today. That's
Yeah, yeah, we
amazing.
are. Hey, Chris
So,
Hope, how are you, buddy? Steve
Chris
Knowles is
Hope.
here, man. Akira Show, USA
Hey,
Drones, man, and Dustin One Vision
I
Aerial, man.
started some controversy over at Ray's thing. I
What
told
you do?
him Akira was coming to or Akira show was coming to South Florida
Akira.
Drone Meetup. So he put him on the list as number 74. So so I told him now he has to come.
Hey, put him on the spin up list too. Well,
Hey
yeah,
Chris Hope, good to see you, man.
I know, man. Steve Knowles here too, man. So, and Dustin, of course. Hello, hello. So, guys, let's talk about the Mini Four and what niche is going to fill, and are you going to get it? I mean, so many people purchased the Mini Three, right? Because of the vertical, horizontal, the tracking, all the
yep.
things that the Air Two used to do. Remember, but so I kind of see the Mini 3 not having the speed of the Air 2,
Hey,
but man, it's got the
Jackie.
hammer.
Jackie's in here.
Ah, got
Jackie,
some hot rods
I'm
here.
pressuring her too. She's supposed to be
She's
coming
got
to the South
hot
Florida Drone Meetup. She
yeah.
says she has to work. I told her that was overrated.
There's
Sorry about that, Al. I didn't mean to step on you.
no, you're fine. I was just gonna dovetail what you were saying. I was like, hey, you can just do your virtual work from virtual locations,
Right.
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah, you
So
can
Go
be
see a
anywhere.
drone dude.
we'd love to have
Ask
you
Ken,
back.
place it here. That son
Yeah.
gonna work 24/7.
I know, man. I
So
know. But he's bringing in the dough, paying the bills. So
yeah.
what are you gonna do, right?
See, I saw just he went and visited somebody. Oh, it was John Coopy. I
Oh,
was,
good.
I
He's
was
in the
like,
Midwest there. What happened
yeah, I
in
was
the
like,
Midwest?
yeah, I don't know how he got over there, but
Must have
John
been
Coopy posted that he was helping him fix a drone and that they went flying or something like that. I think.
not cool. It must something must have happened because he does all that insurance stuff. So
He
it wasn't
more than likely he was still working while he was
he
over
was
there.
having fun. Yes, of course. Like he always does when he travels. And
Night, Jackie.
good night, Jackie. Buenas
Let's see,
noches.
what are they? 6 hours ahead. So
Yeah. Buenas noches.
that's 1 a.m.
Hmm. Are you sitting on the couch with your laptop on your lap? Of course she is.
This
Probably.
show's sponsored by Gatorade.
Ah, yes, and a zero.
There you
You're a
go.
zero. Zero. Hey, I
I just
don't
got through
like the
mowing the
aftertaste.
grass and I'm thirsty.
I bet you are. I don't like the aftertaste of the zero.
Look, I'm not either. And to be honest with you, I'm trying to
I
lose some weight and I
so
checked
calories.
and oh, you're not supposed to drink these either. I was like, well, gee whiz, I guess it's water only.
Well,
So
Well, yeah, because if you counting calories, everything counts, right? So,
well. Speaking of calories, today, guys, is National Hamburger Day.
oh yeah,
So
yeah,
you can
oh
yeah.
go
yeah.
you can
And
go to McDonald's and for 50 cents, if you use the app, and you don't have to pay for it with the app, but you can go in the store with that. You can get a cheeseburger for 50 cents. Now, Wendy's, you can use their app and you can get one for 1 cent. And Burger King, you can get one if you spend $1 on anything.
Here's the deal,
Burger King
man.
didn't have any people, Al. There was nobody but me and David.
oh
Wendy's
wow.
had people wrapped down the road. McDonald's had people wrapped down the road. And we're at Wendy's. I'm like, y'all didn't give anything away.
Here's, man, you're whoring yourself out. You're giving yourself all the information, keys to your phone for a freaking cheeseburger. Come on.
You know what?
I don't give him that much. I don't even. Hey, thank you, Scott. I
I
don't
love this shirt.
even.
It's a
I
comfortable
don't
shirt.
let Marriott have that much access to my phone.
I use the McDonald's app a lot because since I'm here traveling and I'm not at home where I can cook, I have to eat there a lot.
No,
So
no.
I'll go in there and use it to get like when I buy a meal, I'll get one free, and I'll keep it for later on in the afternoon if I'm busy or not going out to eat, and I'll have it because food prices today are crazy.
They're
If you're eating
nuts.
out, every day. So me and David went to a place down the road here, and he ordered a burger and some onion rings with water. And he asked him, he said, "Why is it $18?" And they said, "Well, that's the price." And
Whoa.
they said, "We only charge you 30 cents for your water." He goes, "I ain't worried about the water. What about it?" And "Why is it $18?" And they said, "Food's expensive today." And I looked at him and we were like, we like to support local businesses. But when stuff is so expensive that you can't support local, you're in trouble.
Well, I
Now,
was going to eat a Jackrabbit FPV hamburger tonight. So
oh yes.
actually, that's what I'm supposed to be doing right now. So
Okay, so we're talking McDonald's, right? Did you guys see the man who ate at McDonald's for 100 days and
yeah,
lost all that weight? Did you see that on
I didn't
national
see that.
news? All right,
yeah.
I'm going to pull it up. Maybe you want to share it, but no, it's 7 minutes long, so no. But this guy ate McDonald's for 100 days and lost 50 pounds or something like that.
Well,
Wow.
I did see a guy. He holds the world record for eating in McDonald's. He's
Yeah.
eaten. He's eaten there for 40 years, and
Oh,
evidently, I think, and he's eaten a Big Mac. And the Big Mac cartons that you open up with the burger in
yeah,
it.
they're
He's
gone.
got them stacked on big stacks with receipts on the top for 40 years. They better give him a card where he's getting them things free because talking about the publicity, he's been eating there for 40 years. When I eat a Big Mac, the salt that's in that Big Mac would make my body swell. I don't know how he's eating for four. The rest of the burgers don't do it, but the Big Mac has got a lot more salt in it than the other ones.
They need to give him a franchise. Is what they need to give him. I'm telling you,
Dude,
he bought
exactly.
one
I was
40
like,
years.
I mean, well, every day for 40 years. I just can't, damn. I don't like nothing that much.
Dustin, you're
Hey,
right. They need an intervention.
hey, if y'all
Oh,
see me fall out the
oh,
floor and I
no,
don't
that
come
was
back up,
Akirasho. Sorry about
if
that.
if if I fall out and y'all don't see me for a minute, my chair broke. I've been fighting with this office chair for a while, and it had a crack, so I took it and had it welded, and it broke. So I'm
That sounds
balancing. I'm
personal to me.
balancing on the, on the chair over here. I'm not drunk or nothing.
Oh, man.
I see Dustin says he's got rally burgers. We used
You
to
got
have that
Rally
here.
Burger?
Man, that's a really good hamburger.
My
Really?
garage
Is it a
the dog
franchise?
needs an intervention.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
in
it's
the
a real small place. I mean, they hardly take up any space, and all they do is put out hamburgers, and they are really good. Or at least the
Yeah.
ones that we used to have.
He said they got 3 of them around his area and loves them, man. That's awesome. All right, so since we're talking National Burger Day, what is your favorite place to have a burger? Since we're talking burgers, what is your
What
favorite place to have a burger at
what a
Jack
burger?
Rabbit Grill?
Five Guys.
Five Guys. Okay.
Five Guys is good. What we got a place called Whataburger over here in
Oh, we
Tennessee.
got Whataburger right over across almost.
How
They're
about
good.
Burger Works? Anybody have Burger Works? I
I
love
tried
it.
now. That's up there across from where you live,
Yeah, I love
South
that one.
Panera.
Yeah. But so everybody's got a favorite place that's kind of, mom and popsy, right? So I
Look at
love that.
Akaracho. He's got a White Castle.
No, Crystals. Crystals is better than White Castle.
And
It's the same thing, really.
Five Guys from USA. Hot Rod, what is Hot Rod saying here?
He agrees
You
with
got
Five Guys.
Guys. All right.
Yeah.
So what is going on? Okay.
Yeah, maybe we need to be giving away a gift card to a burger joint tonight.
Hey, that would work. I'm telling you. If you want people to gather with you, you know what you do? You offer free beer and free food.
Free beer,
And
free
you
food.
will see everybody come.
Oh, that's right.
Just like Robbie said today, McDonald's is offering 50-cent burger, and people are freaking wrapped around the freaking burger. But you have to use their stupid app so they can collect all the analytics on your browsing history and everything. That's crazy.
Dairy Queen Dairy King.
Oh yeah, Chris Hopi.
Yeah, Dairy Queen used to be big here, and it's like a lot of them have gone out. And if they're around here now, they're just for the ice cream part. They're not doing, and they got a good hot dog
Oh,
with chili on it. They always have.
we always went to Dairy. I think it's Dairy King for us. But we went to, oh my gosh, is it Carver's? It's a Wisconsin place.
Never heard
And
of it.
man, they have some good ice cream. It's we don't go to Dairy Queen anymore, Dairy King anymore.
But I'll
We
tell you
I
what.
think it's Carver's. It's Wisconsin based, and in Florida we get everything. So we
Well,
we get Midwest, we get North, we get South, we get it
Everybody
all.
moves to Florida from the cold country
well,
area.
I'd have to say that the ice cream bar has the world's best ice cream, and you can find it in Thailand, about 2 blocks from my house, that me and my wife own.
What
Okay,
what
okay.
is what is
We
the
own
name?
ice. It's called the Ice Cream Bar.
Uh,
Culver's.
what? Yeah, there we go. Culver's. That's it. They
Okay.
have good ice cream.
All
It's
right.
real ice cream. That's why it's
It
good.
is. And talking about ice cream in that malt shop we stopped at, what was the name of that little restaurant we stopped at Brownsville? Not Brownsville, Minefield? Uh,
Oh, oh, jeez, Al, come on.
Springfield, something. Oh, shoot.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
I'm going to be there again next year. That was,
Was it start with L?
yeah. Anybody chat?
Jeez, I got a picture of it.
Chris Hope might know.
We tried a
He
bunch
wasn't
of
there.
different-
Yeah, he was. He was there.
Yeah, what was the name of that restaurant we ate at, Chris Hope?
Jackrabbit. We tried a lot of different ice creams when we opened our store. My dad worked for Nestle for about 25 years,
Oh,
and Nestle
man.
makes a commercial ice cream. You can't get it in the stores. They make it for ice cream companies. It
Yeah.
is so much better. I mean, it's like full strength. When you get chocolate, it's chocolate. It ain't none of this watered
What do
down.
they do? Add extra fat?
That's just good. It's just the quality, but the price is double from what the cheap stuff is, which was an issue for us because you're trying to make money when you sell something. But we found that by serving the better, we're getting less people, but they're paying for it and they're getting a better quality ice cream out of it.
Well, I can tell you now. I know we pay more for that Culver's, but I don't. It's closer, and there's no way I want to go down to Dairy Queen, Dairy King, or Dairy Queen anymore because that's watered down something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's ice water. So.
Yeah, we got 21. We got 21 flavors from Nestle, and then we got a specialty company that mixes ice creams with like blueberry and cotton candy and stuff like that. And the kids usually like that stuff. So we got about 40 flavors total. So there's always something to eat, and we don't serve that many scoops really anyway. We serve more hot fudge cakes and hot fudge sundaes and banana splits.
Man, that sounds awful good right now.
Hey, when you come to Thailand with me and you walk
I'm
outside,
going. I'm
and
going to
it's
go with you.
105 degrees. Trust me, you're going to be with everybody in the city at my store.
I want to get to the freaking water and be in it, man. And that'd be a good place, too. All right, let's corral the cats again, and let's get back on topic. So, Mini 4. Who's going to get it and why?
So what do we know about the Mini 4? Do we know anything? I kind of been out of the loop a little bit.
Well, we know
is
enough-
there leaks out there telling you? Or
Oh, yeah. Let me pull them up for you. But, Robbie, go ahead and
Yeah, there's
you know some of the specs.
the main thing is we know that it does have a 24 millimeter, and we know that the aperture is 1.7. So it's the same as the Mini 3 Pro there. We do not know how big the sensor is yet. Now, from what I understand, somebody in Europe, they already released it somewhere on display or sample, but I've not seen the box to get the information off of it yet. But the thing is, and Jackrabbit, me and you were talking about this earlier before the show, they have come out, and the way the drone industry, at least with DJI, has been, as soon as the Mavic 3 came out, it was a rush. We got the Mavic 3, we got the Air 2S, they got the Mini 3, the Mini 3 Pro, now the Mini 4. We went from the Air 2S now to the Air 3. I've watched, and when they first came out, it was a big deal about, hey, we got the Air 2S, but Autel has got the Lite Plus. The Lite Plus was actually closer to the Mavic 3 level, the weight and the size of the drone. We have really shifted up. Our Mini now is like more in the Air 2S range, and the Air 2S now is in that range, but the Air 3 is like up there closer to the Mavic 3. So it's like we're shifting. And it's a price point too. We're shifting with that. But you remember when they came out with the first smart controller, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's only going to work with this particular drone," and they were like, "Well, is it going to work with Air 2S?" No, no. Well, you said yourself you were going to go out and buy the RC Pro because you wanted one that would work with all of them. And what happened a month later? They made it compatible with the other one. So you've got to watch what you buy today, because I told Al earlier, if I buy the Mini 4 when it comes out, I can just about guarantee you by the time the money hits DJI and it gets wired to China, they're going to put out the Mini 5. I mean, come on.
Robbie, you know what it's like? It's like the days when we used to buy computers and they changed every year. You would buy one and it'd be obsolete the next year. And it's like, son of a gun.
Absolutely.
If you ever worked on somebody's that was faster than yours, it ruined you because you have to go get a new one.
Absolutely. And we see it all the time.
So
by the way, Al, the place is called Livingston's. Chris Hope.
Yes, Livingston.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw me looking down. That's what I was trying to do, was figure out what the place was called. So
I know. I mean, I was going to pull up my credit card spending, but I couldn't do it. You know why?
yeah, because Rodney bought our dinner.
Yeah, he did. All right, so this is the Mini. It looks like exactly like the Mini 3. It looks like he's got little heftier eyeballs pushing to the side.
It looks more rounded.
Yeah. The eyeballs are pushing, and to put the eyeballs,
So
probably,
is it going to have OcuSync 3 or 4?
it's already at 4.
Oh, 4?
Yeah. And they might end up throwing 5 in it. I don't know, So here's what Robbie was mentioning about the 24 millimeter lens with a 1.7 f-stop. It does 100 megabits a second. It does 4K 30. And that's in this drone here on the left is not the Mini 4. That's the Mini 3.
Alan, Drone Views Media, he's right. He says they're pushing out way too many drones.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I didn't understand why they started doing this eyeball thing where it's sticking out. But if you measure the drone and where the props and everything are, I wonder if they stuck them out a little bit so the sensors wouldn't pick up any prop or anything like that. And that's why they actually put them out, because if it was back in and put on like a Mini 2, and the frame is bigger, you're going to have prop and all that sensor, and that's going to be a problem. So I think that might be one of the reasons that they actually put that in there where they stick out further. And we're going to see it on more drones.
And they're doing such a good job on the design and engineering. I think it will continue to get even better because of the fact that now they're incorporating, those wide angle, kind of like, Insta360 lenses.
Mm-hmm.
And with those type of fisheye lenses, you're able to capture so much more, field of view. And therefore, you don't need to have that many cameras to be able to cover yourself all the way around. Because in the Skydio 2, we have 6 cameras just doing the mapping of where it's at. So now we see, I'm looking at 1, 2, probably 6 sensors here, 6 lenses that are going to be.
How about speed? That's the other thing where they've been improving. They're making battery life and speed.
Yeah, so it's definitely, you're going to get some value out of it, but I think the biggest value might be if you don't have a Mini 3, maybe pick one up used when somebody's trying to buy up,
Does it have heat shields on the bottom of it?
It better have a damn CPU fan on the bottom of it.
I don't know if you know it. I burnt my Mini 3 Pro up. I'm burning up in a fire.
Oh boy!
It burnt everything up. I couldn't even find a piece of glass or anything.
Hey, did you have refresh?
No, it didn't matter. I had nothing to give them.
Well, let me make a comment here, because me and you had this conversation once before, Scott. Remember we talked about buying that extended battery for the drone?
Yeah.
If you have an extended battery in your drone and you crash your drone, and when you send your drone in for repair through refresh, it'll void the warranty on it. If it crashes with that in there, they will not let you use it has to be original equipment on your drone when it crashes. So if you send it in, because if you've noticed,
Well, they're not selling
Don't
that.
send it with batteries. Do not send it in with batteries. Period.
what I'm saying though, it's in the log. Did you notice that when you put your
Yeah,
battery in that was
it
off,
definitely
that wasn't
logs
from
everything.
DJI, the
Yeah.
sensors,
Mm.
the sensors didn't work? Did you notice it?
No, I didn't.
It turns them off.
Okay.
So it's in your log. So when you send in, the first thing they do is, how can we not replace it? Oh, he had a third party battery in there. They will not cover it.
Okay, third party though. I guess I had you had the one that was smaller that
And we
keep
got
the
the
weight down.
extended one. Right.
Yeah. Well, you be okay with the extended the Fly More pack?
Yeah, if it's the DJI battery, but see,
Okay.
we
All
bought
right.
the ones that weren't DJI. There were no.
I got you.
So here's a better picture of it, and you can see that we have like two sensors here for the fisheye to cover the whole left side. It looks like they have sensors here too, or I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, they definitely have something there. So we got 4 sensor or cameras right here, I should say.
We're not seeing your mouse.
Oh shoot, you're not?
No,
I don't think so.
I can't see it.
I'm looking at my screen and it shows that.
Yeah, mine works too.
Did you hit the on off button? You don't see the drone picture I'm presenting?
Yeah, we see that, but we don't see your mouse moving on it.
Oh shoot!
It's okay. Just talk us through it. It doesn't matter.
You mean you don't see my virtual pointer? Okay, sorry.
No.
Um,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold off. I'm not gonna get the drone. I'm gonna hold off for like the Mini 8 or something. Maybe we'll get it after Christmas.
but they definitely made the eyes buggier. You notice that?
Yep.
They definitely made it like very buggy like. It's definitely going to be a cruiser. And they're getting all the speed out and rounding all the arms.
What about size? Is it bigger or is it?
It's only 248 grams. So it's
Yeah,
1
but
gram
still,
lighter.
is it bigger or is it relatively the same size or what? Or do we know yet?
That's a good question. I would imagine it'd be
Because what was it? The Mavic 3 and I mean there was a slight difference. Oh, how about the Air 3 and the Air 2S? I think the Air
Yeah.
2S is bigger, right?
Yeah. So, I don't know, Scott. Those are very good questions that we're going to find out the answers to. But there's apparently the Fly More combo. Oh no, DJI Mini 4 Pro, and the Fly More combo you buy separately now as an add-on.
Alan's right.
really?
It's they're producing. They keep producing these new drones and new batteries, and it's like, okay, well, how long are your old batteries going to last? You're going to have to go get a
exactly.
new drone just because you don't have a battery.
Yep. Exactly.
Exactly. I mean, batteries are probably costing nothing to make, and they're probably freaking making 200% margins on it. You know.
Well, they've
Yeah.
just been coming out so bad. They've been talking for a couple of years. A lot of people that are new in the drone community are like, "Oh, I'm not going to buy a drone because they're going to outlaw DJI." We've been hearing it for years, but when I see them coming out with this many drones, I'm like, "Damn, are they afraid maybe they lose some business? So they just throwing out everything they can?" It's
Yeah.
ridiculous to put out this many drones that quick.
But here's my point being here. I still have the Mini 2, which I'm going to sell, and I probably will get the Mini 4 and the Air 3.
I can understand them coming out with commercial stuff because if y'all ever seen a lot of us guys, we either fly the same kind of drones or they're going to be FPV guys that build and buy like Al, you do stuff. But there's very few people that we see that are out using like real commercial stuff like Dre, recovery drones. Dude has got some expensive equipment and he shows on there where he's mapping out property for construction sites. I find that interesting because I'm always curious. Where's the software in the drone, in the controller? I'm really interested to see how they do that. So for companies, yes, DJI should be putting stuff out. But for the hobbyist, man, that's a lot of inventory. That's like opening a restaurant and serving pizza, Chinese, soup. I mean, it's just a lot of inventory to have out there.
It's true, but if you think about the market that they're accessing is huge across the world. And
Yeah,
so
it's not just
compared to the commercial market, it is not that lucrative for them.
Right.
It probably costs them a lot more engineering development time for the bigger products.
Right.
Where these consumer grade products, they're probably freaking cranking on margins
Well, yeah. People
and
can
the
afford
volume.
people can afford them, but that's why the commercial stuff's so expensive. I mean, the what is it? The M30. It's like $14,500 for just the drone, and it's got what's it got? Infrared on it, or it's got thermal. It's got thermal, and it's got a rangefinder built into it, and a bunch of other stuff. I mean, and I guess people that are doing roofing jobs, or I don't know, maybe police, fire and rescue needs that stuff. But it's so expensive, dude. It's like buying a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to make you money if that's what you want to do with it. Because if you do for any kind of thermal leak detections on roof lines or buildings, or
Yeah.
if you're looking for search and rescue, that's the product to have. You
Yeah,
know?
me and David were talking to some guys today at lunch, and we heard them talking about roofing. And I asked him, I said, "Y'all do drones for any roofing?" And he said, "No, we're thinking about getting them." He said, "But we'd like to get up on the top of the roof where we can see it." And I said, "Well, a drone can do that." And he goes, "Yeah, but what can a drone actually see?" I said, "Hell, they can see better than your eyes, probably."
So I will tell you just about that. I remember being just starting out, and when digital cameras just came out, I was supposed to go get in a cherry picker, or I forgot, a lull, and I had to go inspect something, and they put me up in this thing, and it's like this, and I'm like, man, I
cherry
can't.
picker.
Yeah, I'm scared, and it's like I can't see. And a guy, I had to go a day or two later. He says, "Hey, we're doing another inspection." He said, "Why don't you just let me send you a photo?" And he zoomed right in, and and I was like, man, I went and got a digital camera the next day.
That's right. But they had no idea. The roofers had no idea what the drone would do. And he said, but you got to do all this. And I said, no. I said, dude, before you can get your ladder off the truck, I've already taken the pictures for you.
Well, not only that, you can take a picture like that, too.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and the thing is, you can share it with anybody quickly, too.
Hey, Ray. Yeah.
And you can zoom in on it. You can go ahead and massage it any way you want, because, if you're looking for a special, I don't know, range of, the wavelength, you could do that with all your filters and find it. I don't know why you would do that, but you're using a different wavelength just to do thermal.
Sure.
So you could do the same with photography too. I don't know. But anyway.
Well, the Mavic 3 did excite me about, I like the 28 time zoom. And for me, it's like, matter of fact, I filmed a hawk just the other day, and, I zoomed in as close as I could, but it was still too far away.
Well, even though it's got a big zoom, I've noticed once you get about halfway through that zoom, you still get a lot of grit in your picture. If you zooming in all the way,
yeah,
it's still not. I mean, to me,
no, but at 28 times though, if I can do 7, I don't think that's my microphone.
Yeah, I think it's Al's, because it's.
Oh, what is it doing?
It's crinkled really bad. We can hear. Yeah, Scott, you're about right. I was thinking that 7 is really good on the Mavic 3. Once you pass 7, you really start to lose your quality there.
Okay, I hope you can hear me. This microphone's not as good.
You sound like you're talking in a straw now.
Oh,
That's okay. Hey, but we hear you fine. It's just a little. You sound like the guy that sings Elvira for the Oak Ridge Boys, because your voice is real deep.
Elvira.
Exactly. It's still there. Yeah, it's still there.
I forgot what it goes.
Now it's clear. Now it's clear. Yeah, the Oak Ridge Boys are here in Hendersonville. My sister used to work in the recording studio. His name is Richard Sturbing. Man, he's got the deepest voice when he sings.
Man, I had all their songs. I listen to them all the time.
Hey, it's funny that, man, they're still big here. You see their big buses, tour buses out there. But yeah, they all grew up here. We're right side out of Nashville. We got Johnny Cash's place down here, Conway Twitty's place. They're 2 minutes from where I'm at now. Oak Ridge Boys is a minute there.
It's funny how you grow up, because when I grew up, I only got 3 channels. One of them was PBS, so that didn't even count. And the only thing we had was a Live Oak radio station, which only played country music. So, I mean, I didn't have any choice. I didn't hear rock and roll until I was like 18 years old. I didn't know who Elvis Presley was until he died. When he died, I had to figure it out.
We would go out and eat here, and I mean, you'd look around, there'd be Conway Twitty, there'd be Johnny June Carter Cash, all of them sitting around. It wasn't no big deal. But then once time got on and people started coming into Nashville, they didn't go out as much because people would bother them. But there was nothing to see, and just walking around town, all these country music people all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
neat.
sorry the charm has left Nashville that way. Sounds awful nice to be able to rub elbows with those creative creatures.
Things have changed, and there's a lot of old music people. My sister died of cancer many years ago, and she worked for the Oak Ridge Boys, and her boyfriend he worked for the Tennessee River Boys in Opryland. It was a country group, and he had long hair, big beard. My mom's like, never marry that guy. He's a hippie, because he set their drums and lights up. That's all he did. And my mom said, don't marry him. And she married him. And then about 3 months later, since he was part of that group, they became Diamond Rio, and instantly he was in with them, which meant that he got based off of what they sold. So now he owns a company called Modern Management in Nashville. So he manages Diamond Rio, Sarah Evans, Josh Turner, a bunch of people. And it's a different life. He lives by Alan Jackson. I was like, you don't have that little John boat we used to go fishing. He got a big yacht.
Yeah, but you probably got better fishing out of that John boat than you did out of that yacht.
Yep, it didn't make as much noise. And since my sister passed away, it's like, I don't know. He ain't got time for any of us now. He's remarried, got a new family, and whatever. Hey, I understand. That's his business. So.
And Mark says that I have a loose plug. Is the microphone still acting up, guys?
Just a little bit. I hear a little popping now and then, but your voice is very clear. It's a lot better there.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, look, we've been talking about the Mini 4, and I was talking to Al about this before, and I'll just make a quick statement on it. A lot of these people that you see, you'll see me throwing stuff out there for Start RC. You'll see Johnny Alfonso on his show putting stuff out for Start RC. These companies have done pretty good when we want something about saying, hey, we want this, and they make it for us. But a lot of these manufacturers used to give us stuff just to give out. And now they just don't want to give freebies out that somebody pops through. We have our normal viewers that are in our chat, but when we're giving away something that the company gives us $50 or $100, and a nobody just pops through the chat and he gets his name picked and he got a drone, it takes away from the group. So Start RC was like, look, we really want people to know what we have, and we want to know more about them, like what drones they fly, what they're interested in, so we can give better stuff to the customers to get attention out. So when y'all see me or Johnny or one of the other people in, it's because Starter RC is like, hey, show something that people like and give them a chance to actually win something. So I put on my personal Facebook, and a lot of you guys that don't have social media, or you're not friends on mine or on Al's, we put out to give away a hard shell case for the Air 3 that Start RC sent us. It's to be given away to one of you guys. And we had it set up to give it out tonight. And what we did is we had a Starter RC survey, and I'm going to put a link in here where y'all can go to it. And it's questions about, do you know about Starter RC Company? Do you know what they make? And it asks you questions like, what kind of products do they make? And there's a link in there that you can go, and it takes you over to Amazon, and you can read the answers you want. Like it'll ask you, the glass that goes on the Mini 3 controllers has a hardness of what? You can go into their channel and click on it, and it'll say hardness of 9H. All you got to do is click those answers, and if you can get them all correct, we're going to put all those people that get it correct in a hat and pull it, and we're going to ship you this case out. It's going to come to you. So they've been sending us stuff. So they're all they're trying to do is get an idea of what you guys are going to buy next, what you're flying, because they want to start advertising stuff that we're flying with. And with all the new drones out today, they're still giving stuff out for the Mini 2, and it's like, dude, I don't think you're going to sell that. Nobody's buying Mini 2s. Now they're buying Mini 3s. So we came to a conclusion that we're going to start doing some different survey giveaways. And yes, they are taking the data and saying, okay, all these people got Air 2S's. Let's put out ND filters. But listen, guys, they're giving you really good stuff. I mean, they're giving good quality. So I had asked for stuff for my Mini 3. And I'm going to show you two things that I've always seen, and me and Al were talking about today that was really cool for the Mini 3. And Scott, you'll think this is cool. Check this solid prop out. It's a one piece. It's made for the Mini 3, but check this out. Now, this is like super thin material. And if you'll look, it looks like a metal wire in the middle of it. Can you see the line in that?
Yeah.
See, you'll see 2 lines there and 2 lines here.
Yep.
I put them on and flew with this. It's pretty cool. It's something for at night. It's just the LED. But I never knew, because I was like, is it hooked to the drone? What powers it? The LED is built into this. It's got a battery in it. And what I like about it is when you plug it in, when it's charged, the light will go off. It lets you know, for one. But keep in mind this, and Al, and y'all know because you fly FPV, you know what happens when you put the propellers on wrong on FPV and you take off, right?
You better look out. That'll eat you up.
Yeah. Pay attention to which direction when you're taking them off of your Mini 3 and putting them on. But I really like that. So they sent me this just to show, and I wanted to fly with them because we've got that green comet tomorrow night coming by here. And we got another one of those moons coming in 4 days. And I want to be able to put it up in the air and take a couple shots of the LEDs in it. So they sent me this. And then they sent me the Mini 3 Pro landing gear. And how many of you guys and in the chat have taken their Mini 3 up or their drone up, and once they got it up kind of in the dark, they couldn't find the damn drone because the bottom, you can't hardly see the lights. My Mini 3 goes up, and once I get it up to a certain amount, I can't see the lights on it. I just not under it. I can't see it. I got to move it in order to get them to come on. There's a button on the bottom of this. So it's got a couple different settings.
Strobe.
I don't know that I would use this or not, but I would definitely use this. And I flew it, and it was really cool. But I wanted y'all to see it because, you know, on the drone, it's 2 props. This is a solid 1-piece prop that goes in the way that it's made. But I didn't know if y'all had seen it. And so they sent me a bunch of stuff, and I said, send me anything you got that's LED. And then they sent me this. And Al, me and you have rolled around with so many of these damn landing pads that you got to fold. They got that round piece of metal in there, and you got to twist it to close it. This is their landing pad. You hold it in, the power here.
Oh, cool.
You can it changes colors when you hit the button up here.
LED lights, they're amazing.
Yeah, so what I wanted it for was I'm going to go out and fly when that comet's here, and I want to do the video, and I want to catch all the LEDs from this and the props in it. But when this folds up, it folds up all together. All these products are Type C. They're none of that micro USB thing that we didn't like. And it comes with a little case that it fits in. This is just a little bit bigger than a piece of paper. It goes right in top of your hard shell case on top of your drone, and you pull it out. No more dragging that stuff around. I don't have no links, and I'm not trying to sell, but I told them if you send it to me, I'll show it. So that's kind of where it's at right there. And then what I'm going to do here in the comment section, I'm going to put this link, guys. This link has got the survey on it. I'll change the date because it says we were going to give it away on the 18th, which is tonight. But like I said, we had several people that emailed me that said, Robbie, so-and-so said you got a survey. We didn't know about it because it was on your Facebook and we didn't see it. And like, Scott, I know you didn't see it on there because you don't use Facebook. So to be fair to the other people, we decided that we would wait until the next show we have, and we're going to give away this case. And again, it's for the Air 3. And guys, hey, if you don't want it, get on there, take the survey, register, and when you get it, hell, trust me, there's somebody in the group that'll buy it. It's a nice case. And it's very large. It's a big case. But they sent it to me, not for me to keep. And you guys will notice most of the stuff they send me, I give away anyway. I very rarely keep anything. But that's the case that they're going to give away, and it's free. All you got to do but you do have to answer the questions correctly. And basically, they know that when you're going to the Amazon site and getting these answers, you're educating yourself. And I had 3 different people that emailed me and said, after I took that thing about Starter RC, I didn't realize they had LiPo bags for batteries, and I bought one while I was on there. That's the whole point. They want to know what you've got. And guys, if y'all got something you want for your drones or particular, tell us, tell me, Al, any of us, hey, this is what we like. We'll tell these companies, and
I do like their cases and their ND filters.
Yeah, but guys, it's fair for them when we do this and we show this stuff. We give you their Amazon store. There's no Amazon link on my part or Al's part. We make zero money off of this. Now we are allowed to keep some of these if we want to keep them. The deal is they send us the stuff, we get to keep it. If we show it, usually we give it away because they're always sending us some stuff anyway. We want to pass the stuff over to you, but we want to know what y'all want. So if y'all are willing to spend the time to fill the stuff out now on our New Year's show that me and Al are going to have, I'm going to give away a big gift. It might be a Mini 3 Pro. It might be a Mavic 3 Pro. We don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'll tell you this. The only way you can be in there to win is you got to fill out the surveys. And when we have specials like this, you got to play along. And we're taking all the people that fill out stuff correctly, and we're going to put them in there. And on New Year's, we're going to draw it. And that person's going to walk away with something nice. It ain't going to be no cheap accessory, but you got to do this now in order to be registered to do it. And if you don't worry, because Dustin is willing to take all of it for us.
Like you actually said.
Yeah. If they said, hey, this is a battery for an Inspire 3, Dustin will fill it out because he wants that battery. Because you know what? He's smart. He can either sell it or, hey, he might get that drone one day. So, guys, keep that in mind. But go to that survey, fill it out. It's going to ask you for your birthday. It'll ask you for an email address, and then they're going to ask you, can they send you coupons? When you do this, the company will send you coupons out for a bunch of different Start RC stuff. And when you go to buy it, you can use those coupons. You save money. Like I said, it don't have nothing to do with us, but they've come to us and said, guys, we need a better plan in giving away stuff free because we're not getting a good return on our money. Help us come up with a better way. So you're going to see me and a bunch of others giving out coupons and stuff like that, and it's to help the companies, vice versa. We don't make any money off of it. So that's all I got to say about that. But I wanted the people on the show tonight to know to be prepared for the next show. And Al will have Duranify next week. He didn't have it last week because something came up. The following week, we're going to have the show and we're going to do the giveaway. So fill that survey out.
There you go, guys.
That's all I got to say.
Who's going to buy the Mini 4? You're not going to buy it.
No, I'm definitely not buying the Mini 4. If I was to buy a new drone right now, it'd be the Air 3.
The Air 3 for sure.
I got to see the Air 3 at Minefield,
God.
those night shots, and I don't know, it's just it seems
incredible.
Tell us about your fire with yours though. Your Mini 3. What happened? Did you fly so damn quick that it caught fire, or was it in a house?
Do you know who Tim Allen was or is? Yeah, there you go. that's my problem. So we are selling a house. A tree decides to die the week of us selling it, so we had to cut the big pine tree down. Well, I'm a country boy. Well, just carry it back there. I'll burn it. So I knew I was going to have a big bonfire, right? So I got all my action cameras out, set them up, and I said, all right, now let me get my aerial photos. And I come up, and I'm up high doing like I'm supposed to. Well, that's not good enough. You got to get down a little bit closer. Now, I knew I had a tree right there, and I'm sitting there watching it, and I knew exactly where it was, and I was fine.
Al, I think he's fixing to incriminate himself, Al. Go ahead, Scott.
But what I didn't anticipate was a heat wave off the fire, and that thing started doing this. and it barely caught the limb, and I mean barely caught it. Yeah. And I was like, holy cow. Matter of fact, I went and got my Air 2S out there and flew up there to make sure I knew right where it was. And the fire was just way too hot to do anything about. I said, okay, good. I turned around, turned my action camera off, and kind of turned my back, and all of a sudden I heard blip. And I said, holy cow. I went back around, and that thing had dropped into the fire. And that fire was hot too, buddy. It was.
It melted, huh?
Yep, it was the updraft. Absolutely. So, and I was fine until I decided I needed to get just a little bit closer.
Then it was time for a drink after that, right?
Well, what I realized is like it was going to be an easy retrieval. But the fire was way too hot, and I couldn't do anything about it. I was going to have to wait for the fire to burn down. That fire ended up burning for 4 days.
Oh God!
So it was a real fire.
I've
So
been
what
there.
were you left with? What were you left with?
Absolutely nothing. I went through the ashes trying to find even a piece of glass or anything, and I knew right where it was, and I couldn't find. That's how hot the fire was. It disintegrated everything.
Did you have a refresh on it though?
No.
Damn, I was gonna say we could send you an arm or something to give these. Yeah, here's an arm.
I'm not I'm not an insurance guy at all. It's like, hey, it should work, and I shouldn't have any problems. Of course, I pay for it every now and then. So,
Yeah.
but I'm play. It's to me, it's the odds, and I'm saying the odds are I'm not going to have the problem. And for the most part, I'm right. I mean, I was wrong then, though.
Yeah, well, you're normally careful flyer. When I first started flying without, it was funny because we were talking about doing inspections and stuff. I had just gotten it probably 2 or 3 weeks before. Al taught me how to fly it, and then I was at my sister's, and a tree trimming company came to cut some trees, and I was trying to show them, hey, you could use it for inspection. And at first, I ran into a tree. Wasn't a problem. And then I had it in front of me, and I turned it around to point at me. So when I went left, it went right instead of left, and it caught just a little bit of bush, and the bush grabbed it and threw it over onto the road, and it broke the gimbal. Well, I don't have to say anymore on when the Air 2 came out. When the gimbal broke, I mean, hell, back then it was like $300 for a replacement because they don't sell those parts.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, so true.
When the tree man came for me, I shouldn't tell on myself. I went and put my Air 2S up there hovering right in front of him. And then I went and got my FPV. I'm flying 2 drones at one time. And I was buzzing around him. But I already talked to him, told him, I had done it to him before. And he said he didn't have any problem with me doing it. He said, do whatever you want. So, I mean, he's a tree climber. They're pretty crazy people anyway. So.
They are.
I did the same thing, Scott. I asked for permission first, but I did not fly the FPV.
Now, just before the fire, I used that Mini 3 Pro to film my tree guy cutting down that big pine tree that I burned up. And he was excited about it. He said, "Oh yeah, man, bring that thing on." And I was getting really, really close to him. I was getting too close because he kept reaching out there trying to grab it. so I had to back off so he wouldn't grab my drone.
Mistake.
I think that Mini 3 liked that tree a lot, man. They went down with it.
My buddy's from the Philippines, lives a road over from me in Thailand, and he's got 2 kids, and one of his kids is borderline. What do they call it? What is it where the face looks drawn? You see a lot of the kids have it. It's a
Down syndrome?
Yeah, she got Down syndrome. So I've got the FPV on the ground, and I was showing it to him, and I got ready to take off, and she went like she was going to strangle it. I want it. And she ran. Dude, I panicked. I was like, I took that thing off so quick, and I told her, I didn't mean to scare her, but she's like, here, give me the controller. I want to play with it. And I was like, and I just learned to fly, and I was like, tell your daughter, please don't pull on this thing. It goes too quick. I'm going to crash it.
Oh
so Joe Fodolito was at Minefield, and he had just came back, I think, from Nashville, Tennessee. Was that where he was at?
I think he was in Memphis or something.
No, he went to Memphis. He was doing a tile job, I think, in Nashville.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Anyway, he had a dog catch his Mini 3 Pro, and it actually bit into the battery. But he was able to send it off, and he had a care refresh, and he got him a new drone.
I had a Komodo dragon kind of lunge at mine.
A Komodo, is that right?
Yeah, because I got him on the other side of the wall of my subdivision. There's a huge pond there.
Right.
And I had it cut thinking it would keep the snakes and stuff from climbing over the wall. And when I cut it, of course, they all go down there and lay in the morning when they're wet on there to sun off. And they heard my parrot inside the house, and they just watched that door. And trust me, had I opened the door, our screen doors there are steel for a reason. Had I opened it where they could have really hurt him good, they would have come over that wall to get him. Because let me tell you, I've seen them on TV in Thailand where there'll be a lady on a couch and she'll have her cat back here, and all of a sudden, man, that Komodo dragon flies in that living room, jumps on the back of that cat, ignores the people, and grabs that cat and hauls it off. No more cat. eat it.
Oh my God.
Wow. Mmm.
Scary.
Everybody has something, don't they?
That's right.
The dawn of the Komodo lizard coming to your nearest theater.
Did you get it on film?
Exactly.
Yeah,
We can make money.
I got a lot of film stuff where I'd filmed the dragons and all. Me and my wife got up one morning to go walking really early. We live on the last house on the end of the road. It's a dead end. So we've got this house and the house across from us that her mom lives in. And we walked to the end and we saw something trying to climb up over that wall. And it looked like an alligator. It was one of those dragons. He was trying to get away from us. He had come over and tried to get in the koi pond to get the fish. And evidently we stumbled across him before he could get in there. And dude, that wall is 7 foot, 7.5 foot tall. He had to get in the corner to climb up it because he had to find a spot to get. And boy, I turned around. I was running the other way. My wife's like, "What are you running for?" It's like that dragon. She goes, "This is afraid of us as it is you." But it ain't with dogs. They'll climb over and grab dogs, small dogs, and take them over the wall, and they'll put them in the pond and drown them and eat them.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
It's like an alligator.
Alligators.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Scotty.
Absolutely.
So, what do you think the next generation DJI FPV is going to be? Obviously, they came out with a Vada. Do you think they're going to come up with another 5-inch? What do you guys think on the chat? I think they're going to come up with another 5-inch. I think the Vada still has legs under it, but the FPV, as we like to call the POS, I think it's dated. It's a little long in the tooth. I think it's due for a refresh. What do y'all think?
Akira Show said Mini 5. Is that what he said? I don't remember what he said something earlier a long time ago.
Yeah, I
forgot
saw
what
that.
it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that much on what it is. I think the
Air
Avata is
3S.
still a hot topic for a lot of people that are wanting to get into FPV, but
I tell you,
it's
that
hard.
thing,
It's hard because and even Al said this. Al had the DJI FPV and he kept telling me, it's fast. And then he got into real FPV and he's like, this is really fast. I think
I call it flying a bus.
Yeah, I think it's like I think the Avata is good for the purpose you would fly it for. But after you fly something that's got a lot of speed and a lot of power, it's hard to fly something like that because
the Lamborghini's much better than
it's
the bus.
different. Yeah, it's just
It's a close quarter combat drone. You know what I mean? It is.
I mean, they all have their purpose.
They have their niche. Yeah, absolutely. That's the one you fly through the restaurant. That's the one you fly through.
I don't fly through no restaurant, but I fly through trees and bushes
and
around the house. And
that's the one that makes those shots that you can be around people and not worry about hurting them.
Yeah,
because there's hitting a soft target is no fun. You don't want to be.
Well, there's something about putting those goggles on, and I know a lot of people say they don't like it because they don't know what's going on around them. I said, I don't care. I'm putting them on so I don't know what's going on around me. It's my escape,
Yep.
Right.
And boy, you better be paying attention to what you're doing because I don't know. It's just such a thrill. I just get excited thinking about it when I hear that motor take off. Yeah,
I don't fly so far away that I'm worried about people around me. I usually fly within range that when I'm coming back, I can see me and anything around me. It's never an issue with that. Now, there was a little balance issue when I first started. And, I'd have to sit in the hatchback of my car to have a chair as I was flying where I could stand up without falling and sit down.
Every time we went to a park or something like that, if anybody came out, like I remember, actually me and Ken placed it here, we were out flying a park, and here comes Dad with the young kids that are 2 or 3 years old, and it's like,
your bag's open with all your stuff in it.
Well, no, it's not that. It's like they're out there to play. I can't have this thing screaming around there. So or we'd see them on this end, and we might go fly on that end. But then they'd get excited, and they actually got excited and wanted to come see all about it and find out about it, and we had to be cognitive of okay, this kid's excited. You better make sure they don't run out there and do something, play in the street.
What about the dog people? Because me and Al have run into a couple
dog people.
You're flying around and the people act like, oh, you're disturbing my dog. It's scaring my dog. And I'm like, well, hey, this is a public park. You know, not
No,
just
Well, that
dogs.
dog usually gets excited too.
Yeah, but they don't like that. They're
No,
always
I know
it's
that.
bothering my dog. You shouldn't be doing that here. And I'm just
Yeah.
like,
well,
Well,
Scott,
Fort, fortunately, I get to fly. Oh yeah. Oh, Al, he upset somebody at South Florida Drone Meetup. I had my Air 2S up there during that whole thing, and she
what
was just.
happened? What happened, Al? Tell us.
Before we get into that one, let me just say this, Scott. All right, one of the things that I do when flying is I buzz myself all the time because then I know that's protection. You know what I mean? You could end up flying around yourself. If somebody's coming to hurt you,
Yeah.
you know what you do with that drone?
Yeah, you buzz them with it.
Loud
Doggone right. Give them a haircut. Decapitate.
You can encourage their attitude.
Oh, every time I think somebody's around, I do bring my drone back in and I use it to look at them. So,
Oh, I must have hit that button by accident. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so let's get back to it. Well, I was flying my homemade, was it Titan XL5 with a F405 Mamba stack and blah blah blah, DJI system, and it was recording on on my goggles. And I was flying around the parking lot there at South Florida's drone meetup, and I saw this couple coming our way, so I immediately I mean, as soon as I saw him, I cranked it and spun all the way around. But you know what happens when you crank a 5-inch drone 180 degrees quick, man? It's it's got a mean vibe to it, right? And so the lady comes over and starts coughing and dying. Like, Scott, who keeps hitting that button? Let me hit this button.
not me. Oh, crap. I don't have control.
That's the guilty one right there. So anyway,
We want to hear you, Al, talk because we're having a little trouble hearing. I'm trying to bring you up where we can read your lips.
Hey, you get louder.
I recorded the whole thing on my goggles, and this lady starts coughing, having a coughing start. And Scott, you take it from there because you had better.
Oh, everybody's trying to offer water and everything. And she didn't want any. She hated us, buddy. And we were being super nice. It's like,
Oh,
so
Scott, that's not me, Scott. I probably
Sorry.
used my hands.
so she was. Why did she get upset? Just because of the noise?
because we were there. That's all. That's the only way you can say. Because you couldn't reason with her about anything. I mean, matter of fact, someone else was there that deals with the public. He turned around and walked off because he realized the situation, and he said, "No, I'm out of here."
How many more people
Actually,
were around?
he tried himself as well to calm the situation down, and you could tell real quick that she wasn't having any part of it. You know,
Did you?
so
You know what? I gave her my phone
she
number.
wanted our addresses and
I gave her all that, and I go, you know what? I feel comfortable giving you everything. She goes, why? I said, well, do you want to see my flight?
yeah,
And,
because he really wasn't close to her.
To that special spot, and then I hit play. I go, just look in the goggles. She would not look in the goggles because
Yeah.
she knew.
Yeah,
She
I
was
know.
busted.
She was over. She was only over there to make trouble.
And then we said,
And what it was, we told her, "Why don't you come back tomorrow?"
Yeah, that's right. That's what we said.
Because-
Hey, by the way, come back tomorrow. There's going to be about 150 of us here.
Hey guys,
She didn't come back.
did she have a wedding ring on?
Oh, he was standing right there with her, and
Yeah,
man,
She should have said when she said, "I need your home address." You just say, "You know your husband's standing behind you." I'm not saying you should. I'm not single. I'm a married man.
Well, she had.
oh come on now, we can't do that. Not now.
The man did not speak.
Yeah, he never said a word. He's seen it before.
The only thing he said was, when she said, "Who was flying?" He looked at me and goes, "He was." And I looked at him and I'm like, he speaks.
Now, listen, just think about the way she treated y'all. that son of a gun's got to put up with it every night. He probably
I
think,
know,
hell, if
that's
I
what
get a
I'm
break
saying.
and she can give these guys hell instead of
Well,
me for a day, I'll be happy.
well, I tell you, she messed me up too because I hadn't even flown yet, and I was
Yeah.
just put my drone up, and then I got to thinking. I said, "Wait a minute, I got some maniac right here."
Yeah.
I said, "Next thing I know, I'm going to be accused of doing something," and I hadn't done anything.
Yeah.
So, but I was filming her the whole time, you know, and I finally said, "You know what? I'm gonna bring it down, and I'm not even gonna fly now." So.
Yeah.
But that's
She
what
really killed the mood, that's for
I
sure.
know because you were flying your Machine Works earlier, remember, and it had kind of winked out on you. Remember that 5-inch Machine Works at the red. What was the red?
Jim's droning's coming in here and said, "We're not talking about the Mini 4."
He
Jim,
came
where were
in.
you, man?
He came in the end of the show. Hey, he missed the drawing. He could have won that Mini 4 we gave away tonight. Jim, you
Yeah.
missed it,
You
buddy.
missed the drawing. Oh no! You know what just busted you, man. You opened that.
You have to watch the replay.
Absolutely. Well, look, guys, it's 7 o'clock, and I know we've lost some people that were in here, so
It's 8 o'clock.
we're gonna bow out. Look at that. Jim said, "Well, I'll talk about my ex."
Okay,
Jim,
no
you
more
crazy.
talk. Let's just bow out of here.
Okay. Next week, Monday night, Al's got Dranify show. We'll see y'all then, and then the following week we'll have a World Drone Community again. Guys, get out there, fill out that survey, win this case. I can get this thing shipped out to you. I need to get it in the mail to somebody. And
Adios, amigos.
we'll
Adios.
see y'all later.
Muchas noches. Buenas noches. All right, good stuff, guys.